Hello, Facebook. Hello. How are you doing? It is first Thursday. So you already know we are live with another GABCC family member, a member of the GABCC family. So I'm Ronique West, President, co-founder of the Great Augusta Black Chamber of Commerce. It is National Black Business Month. So happy National Black Business Month. We are going to be celebrating all month long. So make sure you stay connected with us. And don't forget the fourth annual Black Business Summit is August 22nd at Augusta Tech at 6 p.m. I see a lot of people are registering, so you don't want to miss out, guys. It may sell out. We do have a capacity that we will reach, so make sure you get in the building. So I have a special guest with me. If you want to go ahead and register, go to www.mygabc.org to register for that event and just click on events. You can see all events we have this month happening, and I'll kind of go through a list of events at the end of the broadcast. But I have Ayana with me. Ayana, I want you to just introduce yourself. I'm gonna make sure we're live and do some things in the background. Just let the people know who you are, and kind of not give them a lot about what you do yet, because I got to get all into your business. Okay.
Okay.
So.
Well, hello, everyone. My name is Ayana Crane. I'm the owner of SBH Event Planning Agency. And we're a local business, we're a woman-owned business. And, like Ronique said, we are a member of the Greater Augusta Black Chamber of Commerce as well.
Yes. So now, Ayana, have you always been a business owner?
I would say I started my first business in 2021, I believe, which was not my event planning agency. It was something totally different.
So, were you ever an employee before?
Oh, yes.
Okay. Because we got to find out kind of your journey. So, where did you start? And then, are you from Augusta? Let me ask that question first.
I am not from Augusta. I'm originally
Okay.
from Columbus, Georgia, so not too far.
Okay, I'll be in Columbus this month. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So that's nice. Be my first time in Columbus, I want to say, I believe. So I'll actually be visiting Columbus this month, but they're for their Black Expo actually. So
Oh,
good. Yes. So but okay, so you were in Columbus, Georgia. What did you do before entrepreneurship?
before entrepreneurship, well, before I got serious about entrepreneurship, I just worked full time. I worked locally at a furniture store here, but before we got here, we were military, so I really just kind of went with the flow. I was really a stay at home mom most of that time, and yeah.
Okay, so you were a stay-at-home mom, and then what made you want to become an entrepreneur? Like, what did you do? Like, what was that process of you? Like, okay, well, you watching, your babies, take care of your family. Like, you know what? I want to start a business. Like, how was that process?
So I really enjoy like the freedom of my time and the freedom of my schedule. And then with the kids, it was just like always having to miss certain things with them, or not being able to attend this, or I was finding myself constantly needing days off to try and keep up with their schedule. And so that's when I started to have the thought of being an entrepreneur, but I didn't really know like what that looked like, how to do it, if it was possible. And then I did start a clothing business in 2021. I actually, established it and got the LLC and everything like that. Prior to that, I always knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur, and I did, I guess, start to get the wheels turning. Like I had a business name, I knew what I wanted to do, and I started working on like a logo and all these things that went into it. I took my time with it because I was
Mhm.
like, I'm not really sure. But then eventually I did start my first business in 2021, which was a clothing business. And then I kind of realized I like entrepreneurship, but I don't think this is the direction that I wanted to go. I went to school I went to college for fashion originally when I was like 20. And
Mhm.
I thought that was my passion. I thought that was what I was going to do. I was going to be a fashion designer. And turned out that that wasn't it. So it took me some time to get to where I am today to really realize what my passion was and what I really wanted to do in business.
Okay. So and to me that's the journey of most entrepreneurs. Like it's not like you, unless you just have a outright talent where you just like to do hair, or you're passionate about cooking. A lot of times you have multiple things you actually do before you land that thing that you end up doing, and that's when you become a full-time entrepreneur, right? And I
Yeah.
think that's a journey that a lot of people actually experience in entrepreneurship. I know I did, for example, and I don't think I'm done. Like I really think I'll evolve into something else eventually too, because I feel, that's just kind of when you don't have that nick where you're like, okay, this is the thing,
Right.
and I didn't have that. I was like, okay, well, I want to be in the entrepreneurship business ownership world, but what does that look like for me?
Right.
And I
Right.
think that's the beauty of entrepreneurship, of being able to figure those type of things out. So what when did you start your first business, and how long was that business, how long did that last? And then how was that? Were you a self-employed? You have employees? You hire
No.
your kids? No.
Yeah. So my very first business was my own clothing brand, which was
Okay.
called Bree Lane. And I do feel like one day I will revisit that.
Okay.
I feel like it wasn't my season to do that right now.
Mm-hmm.
But it is still something that I desire to, achieve and grow. But that was my very first business, and that was in 2021. And then I recently, last year, you know, went ahead and dissolved that business. So, and because I was like, this is just not, it didn't feel right. It did not feel like
Mm-hmm.
it was my passion. I didn't have the drive like I thought I was going to have. I didn't have the desire like I thought I was going to have for it. And so when that happened, I was kind of like, okay, well, this must not be it. So, um, then I finally figured it out. I just took time to think and, pay attention to the things that I've done over the years, not
Mm-hmm.
knowingly pay attention to things that I do now, still today. And that's when I was like, I love to do event planning. Like, I love doing this. I love all the details of it. I love putting stuff together. I love hosting. I love decorating. And so that's when I was like, I think that's what I'm supposed to do, because I had been doing it all these years, just not
Mm-hmm.
realizing it. And so when I really like took the time to think about it, and I was like, oh wow, that's what I'm supposed to do. I think that's what I'm supposed to do.
Nice. I think it's nice when you do figure out what that is you're supposed to do, right? Or you feel like, okay, this is my thing to do right now. Like you said, you may revisit that one at one time. You're a designer, your clothing designer business, but right now you're event planning. Now, when you went into event planning, what was that process to get started? Like, did you research other event planners, or how did you know what to do? He's like, okay, I want to officially make this a business. It sounds like you may have been doing it already, but unofficially. Am I getting that right?
Yes, just
Okay.
like it was really just not knowingly. I never put
Uh-huh.
a title to it, but I knew that this is what I was doing. And so when I got to thinking about it, I did do some research, as to what was the proper title to call myself, or to name my business, based off of what I'm doing. So I did do some research there, looked up like different certifications, and things like that to, to just to do and to have. And then I came across, event planning. And I was like, oh, okay,
Mhm.
even down to the specifications of calling it an agency. Because
Right.
I knew that I wanted it to grow, and I want to have other planners up under me, and other people who are in the event planning industry. I want to be able to eventually have those in house. So
Mhm.
I was strategic about that as well. So that was really my process for coming to that whole conclusion. Like I said, I already knew that I've always wanted to be an entrepreneur, have my own business, and just be in control of that aspect. And then also just really being able to have something that my kids can be a part of, and that I can help and nurture and grow them as well. And I'm just really big about having like freedom with my time. Even though it does keep me busy, I have the option of how I place my time. And so but it's something I love. I really enjoy. It's not something that feels daunting to me. Event planning is something that most people are like, oh my God, it's so much. Like, it's so many details. And to me, that's the exciting part. That's the thrill part. That's the part where I'm like, my brain just starts ticking, tick, 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 you know. So,
Mm-hmm.
but that was pretty much it as far as the process went. I dissolved my previous business. I started this one, did all of the paperwork, and then I did my website, got all of my information out on like different pages like Yelp and Google and
Mm-hmm.
all of that. I did all the steps. So really everything that I learned and that I knew with my previous business, I just shifted that into my current business and used that to really build on.
Gotcha. Now I will say so. The event plan is almost like you're like putting the puzzle together for to have a flawless elegant event, depending upon what type of event you're having, right? And so to me, I think anytime you can put that planning process in somebody else's hands and you can just come enjoy the event, I like that because I always say I don't do pretty. So I always have to get other people to do pretty because I just be like, put that thing over there and do this, set a table, let's go. That is me. But an event planner or a person that does that can definitely see the eye. Things I don't see. That is not my forte. Now, what does a person, if they come to you for your services, what makes you different than any other event planner? What makes your services unique? Because I'm pretty sure people will have that question.
Yes. So I do believe that what makes me stand out and makes me unique is the fact that alongside of me being able to plan your event, all of the things that I include with the services that I can't say that everyone else does. So that is including your vendor. I manage all of the vendors. I manage the entire budget for the event. I do your venue site visit. So I will go and look at the venues for you. I will pick up all of the products that you need for the event. I will basically do when I say absolutely everything. I will create all of your digital products, your menus, your invitations, and this stuff is optional, but it's for people if they need that as well. Some people will opt out of some of those things, but and then also the biggest thing I think is that I offer digital mock-ups, which is
Mm-hmm.
coming up on the rise, but it's something that I do offer. So basically, whenever a client has an event, I am able to give them a visual representation of exactly what their event will look like, the entire thing. So that's the decor, that's the tables. If they have balloon decorations, they'll see exactly what that looks like. Everything will be matching down to the color, to the decorations, down to exactly what the menus will look like, exactly, what the invitations will look like. They'll see exactly what everything will look like before the event. And I think that creates a sense like of reassurance in a lot of people because they're able to really see and it creates a sense of excitement too because they're like, oh my gosh, this looks so good, I can't wait. Now they see it, now they're excited. And then also I feel like it gives another sense of reassurance as well because they're able to see where their money is going and where it was allocated to, so they don't have to be like wait until the day of and they're like, oh my gosh, this is it, like this don't even look like it was worth my budget, because people will do that. But it's like, okay, I was able to show you beforehand, if you like it, we continue. If you don't, we'll go back, we'll work it, rework it and so forth. So I think that is one of the really big things that sets me apart.
Nice. So basically you're telling me, because I am challenged, pretty challenged, okay, that I need to hire you to do an event, okay? So people will come and be like, what type of event is this Ronique is hosting? Or happy.
Yes, yes.
You have me so. So I will say that I'm talking to have a lot of people that are on the live. So if you watch this later, make sure you share this out. Right now I'm talking to Ayana Crane, CEO of SBH Event Planning Agency. We're on our first Thursday live with GABCC, where we feature a GABCC member, and it's National Black Business Month. So be sure to share out this broadcast. So Ayana, now, do you have how do you do your consultation with your clients? Like, or is it, can they book on your website? Do they call? How do they book that consultation to get in contact with you for services?
Yeah, so they will typically, my preference, they will book, the client will book, they can go on my website and book the
Mhm.
consultations. My consultations are free, they're only 30 minutes. Sometimes they don't even reach 30 minutes. That's just a buffer if we hit it off and we start getting deep into it.
Mhm.
But they can also book through my Facebook page. It's posted on there. It'll take them to the website, straight to the booking page as well. Even if a client wants to reach out to me directly, I can book it on their behalf. If they say, hey, can I book a consultation for Tuesday or whatever, if I have it available, I'll book it on their behalf as well. But that'll be the main way to get it, is through the website.
Okay. And then, do are you limited to an area? So do you do events only in Augusta, or do you expand beyond Augusta, Georgia?
Good. Yeah. So I do go beyond the CSRA.
Okay.
And I say I do about a 2 hour drive.
Okay.
And that's in all radius around the CSRA. Then,
Okay.
of course, there's a travel fee with that, but I do travel for services.
Okay. That's good to know. That's good to know. I always feel like if you're in this area, you should, if you have a business, to me, you should be serving anything within a 2 hour, 2.5 radius. It just makes common business sense. Doesn't matter what type of
Mhm.
business you have. I think that just makes business sense. So I like to hear that. Anything else you would like to share um with anyone, or anything that I missed?
I would like to give a brief overview of what that process looks like when a
Okay.
client decides to book with me from
Mm-hmm.
beginning to end. So, if a client is interested in my services, they would, of course, officially go to the website and book that consultation. After the consultation, I will go back and I will create an invoice for the client. And basically, that will give a layout of their pricing, which will be my personal planner fee. They'll have a planner fee. I'll give that to them once the client pays the deposit on the planning fee. Then they have officially booked me as their event planner. And then the next step after they book me as from for their event, I begin doing my work, which is allocating their budget based off of the things that they said they want, the decor that they like, the catering menu that they're looking for. I will go and I will seek out all of those things within their budget. Then I will create them a full mock up. And with that mock up, I will have a proposal prepared for them. That proposal is going to have an overview of everything that we spoke about. It'll have a consultation recap in there. It will have any digital products that I created for them in there. It will have their invoice, a copy of their invoice in there. It will also have all of the mock up in there, so the tablescape, the backdrops, anything that I'm creating visually for them, it will be in there. And then also, once I get done with that, I'll send that over to the client. They'll be able to take a look at this proposal that I have. If they like it and they approve it, I get it back, and then I send over their contract. They sign their contract, and now we're contracted together. And then after that, the day of comes. I do offer full setup breakdown services on the day of. So I'm the main point of contact for all of their vendors. When we get to the venue, I'm the main point of contact. We get there, we set up, we make sure everything is well. We come back, we break down, and we clean up our mess, anything that we put together for that event.
Okay, well, you definitely gave the breakdown and the layout of how, if they come to book a event at SBH Event Planning Agency, they will not be disappointed, because you are handling. So that's what I like. As a person who is getting older, who's a grandma, who is valuing her time more and more. I want to be able to not have to do a lot of different things and just show up and be like, "Hey, Yana, I'm looking at this event. Ayana, sorry, I'm looking at this event, and I really like my grandbaby. Okay, party. I
Yeah.
want to make show up, tell grandbaby the grandma did it, but I had SBH event planning agency do it. Okay.
I think that's the really great thing about it. If I like to say, some of my target audience are people who enjoy the convenience of their time, because hiring an event planner is going to save you a lot of time, a lot of stress, because all you have to do is tell me what you want. Any event planner, maybe, but you tell me what you want, you give me the budget, and then the rest of it is in my hands. It's up to me. It really allows the clients to be completely hands off in the process, but still keeping them in the loop and communicating with them about any changes or anything that might come about. Also, I did want to say, because I get this question a lot, in case anybody is wondering, people always say, what does SBH stand for? So SBH stands for Social, Business, and Hospitality. And I just did want to break that down, because it's not just birthday parties or weddings that I do. So social, we do social events, anything that's friends and family gathering, business events, whether it be a gala, whether it be a company luncheon, a product launch, and then hospitality. We do hotel room decor, in room decor, whether it be at home or in a hotel, doesn't matter. And then also we do, with the hospitality, like Airbnb decor. So if you own or host an Airbnb, and you want to make it festive for guests that you might have coming, we do that as well. And then also, because I think people really, it's a lot, it's a lot of aspects. So I've had a client who had a Airbnb, or they rented their home as an Airbnb. They didn't necessarily want decor, but they wanted the guests to have like goodie bags, to welcome them to Augusta, and give them, a list of like good places to eat, places you can visit, things you can do. So that was another aspect. So we do that as well. You might not want decor, but maybe you want something to welcome your guests, to make your home feel a little more welcome and more enjoyable for them to want to book again or tell someone. And then, as well as, real estate homes as well. If you have an open house, you like a simple balloon arch, or you want to do like a nice welcome sign, or maybe you want a nice charcuterie board, things like that. So it's really endless. People, and I think a lot of people don't think to contact an event planner for that, but we do that at SBH Event Planning Agency. So if you're thinking about that, you can definitely call me.
Okay, so you cover a lot of different things I didn't even think about for event planning, but smart, especially when it comes to real estate.
Mhm.
Very smart. So somebody asked, do you prep for houses for the master?
Yes,
Okay.
the Masters is definitely a big time, and that was the example I was speaking of when you
Mhm.
have guests coming to town. These people definitely want to know where to go, what to do. They want to be a part of the festivities. But yeah, so during the Masters time, it gets busy, but we definitely do that.
Nice. Okay, so how can I mean, you gave a lot of information. You talked about how your services are pretty much we just talk to you, you gonna handle everything, and then we just come and have a good time. So how do people book with you if they want to get in contact with you?
So if someone is looking to book with me, they can go to my website, and that's www.sbheventagency.com. They'll be able to see. I actually have my hospitality packages on there. We can
Mhm.
also customize those if they want something outside of that. They can see some good pictures, get a good description of each area of events that we focus on. They can also book on there for their consultation. We're on Facebook. We are on Instagram. We are on Yelp. So there's a few places that people can, definitely look to find us. And any of those places will lead you right back to the website. And
Okay.
also, they can call or text. Uh, we do answer calls and texts. That's 706-744-1044. And they can also send us an email, and it's contact@sbheventagency.com. So
Okay. So somebody said one more time, please, for your contact information, but we'll actually drop it. Well, it will be up above the live too. The contact information for HBH Event Agency as well. So for those who watch this later, but can you say it one more time for Pamela Moore?
yes, so
Okay.
you can email. The email is contact@sbheventagency.com. You can call or text at 706-744-1044. Or you can always visit the website, and that's just sbheventagency.com.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Ayana. I'm going to do just a little housekeeping for the chamber, but I appreciate you so much for being our feature for First Thursday Live, and people are going to see you a little bit more, but we won't spoil the surprise there until later. So with the chamber, but just happy to see our members growing and being active, and then their businesses just flourishing here in the Augusta CSRA area. So it's always great. But just in case you missed her information, I want to remind you we have a directory, guys. Go to our website, www.mygabc.org. Type in Ayana's name, IANA. You'll be able to pull up her information, SBH. You better pull up her information and then contact her that way as well. And look at all the Black owned businesses and minority owned businesses on our website that you want to patronize, not only during Black Business Month, but just 365 days a year, because we always encourage you to support our small business owners in this community. So let me go ahead and go through this rundown for Black Business Month and what we all have going on here at the chamber. I was writing down, and I hope I do not forget anything. But tomorrow morning is our first Friday call at 8:30 a.m. Georgia Power will be on talking about their initiative. So if you know anybody that's a school, church, business owner that needs to get their AC unit fixed or upgraded, they need to be on the call in the morning. It is a Zoom call. 8:30 a.m. We have Georgia Power, one of our president's level partners, on, and they will be talking about initiative they are focused on here in Augusta, Georgia. So we're excited to get the information out to the community. Also, SRMC will be doing a Savannah River mission completion. We'll be doing a doing business with Savannah River mission completion. I checked that registration. We are over 80 guys. I have not checked it here in the last 2 days. So you want to get your seat if you want to attend that meeting. It'll probably hit capacity here soon, but we are already at 80 registrants, and that will be also during the month of August. All this is on our website. Click on events. Also, we have, of course, our Black Business Summit. That's Augusta Tech, August 22nd at 6 p.m. You do not want to miss this. We got some surprises. We have Gabby Bowles coming down to do our keynote. If you don't know who Gabby Bowles is, look her up. But she is a young lady that is growing up fast, but she has a no slip barrette, and she has her barrette in Target stores and everything. So she has a multi-million-dollar business. And so she is coming to Augusta to deliver our keynote and some other surprises that evening. So you want to be in the building. We also have our certification class happening this month with the Step Up program. So you guys have been asking that you want to get your certification for woman-owned business, minority-owned business, veteran-owned business, those things. We have someone that is going to be teaching that class for Step Up class. That's our next Step Up class. And that is, I want to say it's the last, I don't know what Thursday of the month that may be, but I'm going to have to look at the date. But go to our website. You can find that. And then we have a business flood this month too, hosted by our membership team. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 events that will be happening that you can come as either as a member or non-member with the chamber. We'd love to see you out during National Black Business Month. We have a lot more happening all year long, of course, but August is National Black Business Month. So we're excited to be delivering a lot of great things to happen and activity to happen this month. Of course, we are in celebration this month for National Black Business Month. So anything else, Ian, you want to add as I went through that list of activities we have going on here in the CSRA area?
No. No.
Well, make sure if you want to connect with Ayana, you go ahead and click on the link or up above, contact her either via email, phone, go to her website for your event so you don't be stressed out with your event, okay? Ayana says she is the person to come to help you with your event. So
I will say this because
uh-huh.
it's very popular I know people love to do like a lot of pop-up shops and like
Uh-huh.
event events. We do help with those too. I have experience in those as well. So if that's something that you do often and maybe you're looking to outsource that, you can definitely call me for that too.
Okay, so it sounds like I might be a one-stop shop, guys. I'm just gonna tell you this right now. If you're not sure, call her and ask the question, are you able to do this? This is my thought, what I'm thinking I may want to do, and she may be able to assist you. So I suggest you reach out to her for her services. Thank you again for being featured on our first Thursday live.
Thank you for
Uh,
having me.
yeah, and thank you so much for being flexible. Again, if you want to connect with the chamber, go to our website, www.mygabc.org. And remember, we are one community and one voice, and have a great evening. I don't know if it maybe the little stuff.